over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. And I love the fact that the folks that work there went to college and have deal. It's all about your lawn and what they're going to do specifically for you. And they got a lot of work to do on my lawn. And they're going to get the job done right the first time over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. When you're driving around town, you see those iconic blue trucks, right? Where are they? They're parked in front of the nicest lawns in Kansas City. And they've been offering award-winning services since 1985, like full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control. Plus, they're veteran-owned. Right now, if you mention you heard this right here on 96.5 The Fan, you'll get a free estimate and up to half off your first application just by mentioning this ad. So expect the best. Don't wait. Call today or visit aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Heartland Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Coming to Kansas City, the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship. 16 teams, 15 games, 6 days, 1 national champion. The NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship at Municipal Auditorium, March 20th to the 25th. Non-stop college basketball action at a ticket price good enough to bring the whole family. Get your tickets now at NAIAHoops.com.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if your business could see beyond what is and into what can be? What if you could create more impact in every decision? What if you had a partner as visionary as you are? With Bank of America, you get access to our trusted experts, real-time insights, and digital tools. So whether you run a local shop or a global enterprise, you're backed by business solutions to make every move matter. What would you like the power to do? Find out how at bankofamerica.com/banking for business. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
When I wake up
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime-forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's premier Wagyu beef meat market, has even more convenient ways for you to shop. In addition to their location at 135th and Metcalf, they're now open at 95th and Knoll. Everyone deserves to elevate their beef. Whether you're looking to wow your family with a meal they'll never forget or impress your friends, neighbors, and coworkers, their Wagyu experts are ready to help you pick out something unforgettable. Booth Creek Wagyu, now with 2 locations, open 7 days a week or at boothcreekwagyu.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading into downtown, 670 eastbound, pretty slow approaching I-35. Moves better once you get out past Main Street. Northland, 435 southbound, gets heavy south of I-35 and stays slow down to 48th Street with ongoing construction taking away the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Don't look at your calendar, but we're less now. We're less now than 2 weeks from opening day. That's how calendars work.
Well, let me pull up that 45-day forecast here, Dusty, and see if we're still looking at rain on that
Give me
day.
sunshine and nice weather.
That's it today for the most part.
Yeah, until about 3 o'clock.
Yeah, still says rain on the 27th.
Yeah, well.
Mainly cloudy with periods of rain, then a leftover shower. 68% chance of rain on Thursday, yes.
Leftover shower sounds like the midday after you got one in the morning and then you went into
I had a leftover shower yesterday, actually. Went out for a nice little walk around the neighborhood. About an hour, came back in. Yeah.
Vern, what's your favorite baseball cliche saying? Like hit the showers or Uncle Charlie? What's Vern's go-to?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what that leftover shower is a pretty good one. Hit the showers.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's my favorite. Man, it's got to be something derogatory. Some way to, I don't know. Nothing's coming. What's yours? Which one comes to your mind?
Baseball cliche, and mine, the all-time favorite is day game after a night game.
Yeah. Well, Fescoe, you have like a book.
We had 68
of
them.
Baseball cliches, right?
Yeah, we did the bracket years ago,
Yeah.
and literally filled out a 68 excuse baseball cliche bracket.
If you were to go back to my Warrensburg days when I would do play-by-play for their baseball team for our media network, you would have known that my favorite, according to the audio, was pulled the string. Said it like 6 times for a guy that had a curveball, and that's all he did when he got guys out, because UCM was actually pretty decent when I was there.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hey, pull the string on that one.
Yeah.
And he's just like, is this guy talking about Johan Santana? What a changeup that guy had.
Toes the slab is another good one.
That is a strong one. And see, Fescoe, you for years have made fun of those cliches so much, I'll find myself saying them, and then I can hear you laughing at me in my head while I'm on the radio, and I try to abort mid-sentence, but you're already
halfway. He's towing the son of a gun.
Or he'll say something, damn it, Fescoe's going to get me for that.
I remember the former MLB.com beat writer Dick Cagle.
Yes.
When I first started covering the Royals, he was near the end of his time covering the Royals, and one of his fill-ins was writing a story about Luke Hochevar making the start, and at one point in the
compelling.
At one point in the gamer, he says, Luke Hochevar twirled a gem. And I remember listening to Cagle read it the next day and goes, who the hell was throwing yesterday? Christy Mathewson? Who twirls a gem anymore?
Oh, my God. Is Huther still calling fastballs the Linda Ronstadt because it blew by you?
Blew by you. Like, does anybody get that reference anymore?
James Shields is the one that introduced me to a lot of those. He used to call his fastball Oksana Bayou because it was Bayou. I think the changeup was he used Spanish a lot. I want to say cambio.
Yeah, that means change in Spanish, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, Wago G brought a lot of that lingo to the Royals clubhouse back in 2013.
Somebody says on the text line, high sky is my favorite. The sky doesn't change.
Hey, that's real, man. That's real.
The high sky is really or the hard ground of Arizona. All the Arizona excuses.
I think my newest one over the last 5 to 6 years has been the worm burner that Rex Hudler will call. For like a hot ground ball, but a lot of people are saying on the text line a seeing eye single. Balls don't have eyes.
They don't have eyes.
Duck snort.
Duck snort. Yeah, all those are
Duck
really
snort
good ones.
strong. You don't get to say duck snort in any other walk of life.
Duck snort.
You really don't. Well, you don't walk around the office. It's a real duck snort today.
Yeah. Oop, excuse me. I just duck snorted.
Yeah.
Vern. Somebody brings up.
You're on the mound.
Yeah. Somebody brings up piss missile. That's a good one. I like that.
That's
one
you,
a lot.
Dusty.
Yeah, that's
I hear
just,
you say that a lot.
A lot of
talking
time,
about your boy Cags.
You know,
That's
you,
right.
you talk about like the cliches and stuff. I can't stop thinking about the excuses we've received over the years for why baseball players can't do anything. The all timer, and I think you remember this one, is when we asked the former PR guy to have an interview with the hitting coach, Dale Swaim, and he said to us, yes, if it's raining, he will not be able to do the interview. What do you mean he won't be able to do the interview? It's raining. Well, they have to take batting practice underneath. Yeah, he won't be able to do it.
Underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the hitting coach of a third-place team. Like,
Yeah.
get your ass out on the phone for 5 minutes,
As
okay?
if the guys are in the cage just hitting themselves with bats, just not knowing what to do.
Yeah, it's like you're leaving
because their
children
hitting
unattended.
coach isn't there.
It's just like, I just got this image of these guys. Oh, Swaim's gone. Let's hit each other with bats. Haas and Moose are in there beating each other with
Just
bats.
laughing and bleeding. Yeah.
See what happens when you leave us unattended?
It's like Step Brothers. There's so much blood.
Yeah. I mean, and baseball wonders why we make fun of them. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just so, it's
They
right
asked
there
for
on a
it.
tee.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got a few minutes here with you, Vern. When do you kind of kick it into gear for like the real season to begin? Because we're less than 2 weeks away, and blank's about to get real.
Yeah. I mean, less than 2 weeks, and it certainly appears as if the starting 9 and the starting 5 in the rotation and the big 7 in the bullpen, everything appears to be set. The guys seem ready to go. Honestly, once you have your first scare that reminds you, hey, what the hell are we doing out here? And I think Bobby's hit by pitch the other day would certainly suffice of what the hell? Okay, that's enough. I don't need to see it. And one of the main reasons why I don't need to see anymore and I am ready for the regular season is because of the way that this team has approached spring training. Talked with Vinny last night on the show. Listening to Seth Lugo, listening to Lucas Urseg, with the run that this team made last season, for a lot of them their first run to October, it helped put things in perspective. It helped put the regular season in perspective. More notably, it helped put spring training in perspective. You're not seeing many guys, with the foot firmly on the gas pedal, trying to set themselves up to dominate beginning in game one. As Vinny said last night, I don't want opening day to feel like July, right? We know we have 162 games, but, they're not even saying that. We know we have 7 months of baseball waiting for us. This team isn't talking about, I hope we get to October. It's, I hope we get a bye. I plan on winning the division. They just seem a lot more mature, even though they only played, 6 playoff games last year. It's not a ton of experience, certainly not as much as the boys got back in 2014 before getting the job done in 2015. But, man, all of the lessons that you hoped a clubhouse would learn from their maiden voyage into October, it certainly seems as if those lessons have been digested, and you are going to see a team that understands, yes, the importance of a solid April, but it's not... And you guys know, for the last 10 years, we normally spend this time talking about the importance of a good start in April, or else you're going to lose the fans, or else the confidence in the clubhouse could begin to wane. The only way I see that happening is if some catastrophic injury happens. But outside of that, a 500, a few games below 500 start to the season, I don't think that this team is going to start beating themselves up in the fashion that we've seen plenty of other Royals teams, whether that's physically or mentally beat themselves up. They just seem a lot more prepared for the grind of the regular season and to make sure that they are peaking come September and October. So really taking my cues from the clubhouse, where last year it was a team that said all of the right things and had a belief that they could get to October, although even in that belief, I could, see in between the lines that there was still some doubt. That doubt has been eradicated. There isn't doubt inside that clubhouse that they're good enough to win the division, get a bye in the American League, and ultimately walk away with an American League pennant. So if there is no doubt, if it doesn't seem as if any of the key players on the team are battling for a spot on the squad, yeah, let's go. Let's have that little kid say play ball at Kauffman Stadium and get it going.
Yeah, I think people are ready now, and people are excited here as well. The weather's been great, so you've got that baseball feeling going on. Everybody's ready to get the boys in blue back home and start playing some games that matter and getting excited for the start of the season. Are we going to see in baseball, Vern, the pendulum swing back? You gave us the cut of Lorenzen talking about Gen Z loser ball. And then I was reading something from Scherzer, and he talked about the people upstairs making the pitching decisions and all that kind of stuff. Are we going to see a swing back where we finally, play baseball like baseball's meant to be played and not by the nerds that, left Harvard?
No, not if you mean let the starting pitcher finish his game. No. Now, you can earn it, right? Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Michael Wacha, those guys can earn a third time through the lineup, and all Royals fans better hope that those guys consistently earn a third time through the lineup, because for as strong as the bullpen is, bullpen's only as good as its rotation allows it to be. Chris Bubic, Michael Lorenzen, they're going to have to, over the first month and a half of the season, prove that they're more than what we heard Lorenzen say, more than the 5-and-dive guy, that they are a better option a third time through than going to a John Schreiber, a Lucas Erceg, a Sam Long, and Angel Zerpa. No, there's just too much evidence, numbers, stats. I know people can roll their eyes, but if it's staring you in the face and says, Michael Lorenzen, Chris Bubic, Michael Wacha, they're not as good, third time through the lineup, it's a one-run game, and we have a guy in the bullpen ready to go that we believe can come in with 2 on and 1 out and get back-to-back strikeouts and snuff out this threat. Q and most managers around Major League Baseball are going to, as Q said in his introductory press conference, if it's 51% this way, 49% the other way, we're going to lean towards the 51% and hope that over the course of 162 it pays dividends for us. So ideally, you get another 200 innings out of Lugo. You get a 190 out of Reagans, another 170 out of Michael Wacha, and then the bullpen picks up the rest as they team up with Marsh and Lynch and Lorenzen and Bubic. But no, I don't think we ever get back to the days where the starting pitchers mean what they meant to us growing up. Growing up, CC Sabathia, Justin Verlander, those days are all but done, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and also, too, with the opener thing, that's peak 2025. Yeah. Oh, the situation doesn't suit you. Okay, sit over here until it's comfortable for you to go into the game. We've got to get rid of these openers. That's weak sauce, man.
Well, opener was always a white flag, not a white flag. What it was a clear indication that we don't have good starting pitching. Mm-hmm. I don't remember, the Dodgers when healthy, a Yankees team when healthy. The Royals last year, I don't believe used an opener because, Lugo gets the first, and Wacha and Reagans and Brady, those guys are all going to get the first inning because they're studs. Now, at times it can be beneficial. Alec Marsh, I think 2 years ago, would have an opener put in front of him. At times he would serve as an opener. You can use it to improve the confidence or the mentality of a pitcher to Marsh was the guy that was having issues in the first inning. They throw Taylor Clark out there back in 2023. He throws the first, and then Marsh comes in and pitches a solid 5 innings, which was evidence for him that my stuff does play, and maybe I just need to learn how to calm my adrenaline, my emotions out there on the mound, and if I can just rein that in the first inning, I have a chance to be a pretty darn good pitcher. And Alec Marsh certainly was last year, made 25 starts. I think he gave the team a chance to win, and 75, 80% of those starts. Should be able to rejoin the team sometime in mid-April. Hopefully there's not a spot in the rotation for him because Bubic and Lorenzen are pitching so well. Marsh would be a great arm to add to an already formidable bullpen. But if there is an opening in the rotation at any spot or at any point over the course of the regular season, that's a pretty nice guy to call upon.
Vern, we had a little fun topic earlier. It was the out of left field question. If you could win a championship in any sporting event or any sport whatsoever, what would it be?
Yeah, I like the idea of the green jacket because it's so recognizable, but it's hard to argue with the Stanley Cup and being able to take that home with you for a day. You can beat the hell out of it. Everyone else does, right? You can swim with it. You can take it on a roller coaster. I mean, the things that you've seen over the years with the Stanley Cup is and, I'm such a nerd that just sitting in front of the Stanley Cup and just looking at all the names and going through the years, I'll say Stanley Cup slightly edges a green jacket. And the real reason I would want a green jacket is just to flex on my old man. But that's about it.
And then it's National Pie Day. If you could have one slice of pie for the rest of your life, what is it?
Oh, boy. Is it a cop-out to say pumpkin?
No. If that's what you like.
I don't think that's a cop-out at all. No, pumpkin's a nice pie.
Yeah, pumpkin's good. I got no problems with apple. I'll take anything, man. I'm a pig.
There you go.
I'll take anything. Whatever. If it's free, it's me, and I'll take 3.
No doubt. Well, we appreciate the time, Vern. Less than 2 weeks away, and a lot of texts saying they enjoyed the hot stove last night. So good job.
Hey, thanks, Mom.
That's right. That is our Royals insider here at 96.5 The Fan, Josh Vernier. Let's get into the cover two this weekend. Obviously, you've got a pretty busy weekend and week ahead. What are the 2 things you're covering this this weekend?
I'm covering Caesar's Palace tonight with a TikTok.
That's good, Dad.
Yeah,
good for you.
We're doing that tonight, and I am going to be in the TikTok. I said, "Can I be in?" They're like, "Of course." Like that. Yeah.
The captain's hat.
I don't think I'll bring the Chiefs captain's hat.
Okay,
but that would be fun. I'd do that at home. But
yeah.
So that's what I got going on, and then we're going to drive to the Grand Canyon on Sunday morning, and
that's awesome.
That's going to be fun.
They've never
too.
seen it.
No, they have not seen it.
Mesmerized.
I think so too, right?
Like they're old enough. Like younger. If they were like 3 to 4 years younger, they'd be like, "Cool, it's a huge valley." You're like, honestly, it's not man-made. I don't know.
No, it's not man-made.
I'm just kidding.
But no, it's fun to fly over the Grand Canyon. Like
Done it twice.
And you see that, and you're just like, "Oh my God!" Right? And then you're there. Like I went in 92 or 3, I think, with my family. It was one of our first plane vacations, because we drove everywhere, which I think most people did back then. And we flew out there, and I saw that Grand Canyon. And I was like, wow. Like, you're just like, it's stunning. You don't know what it's like until you see it,
I remember when Carrington went and saw it for the first time. He's like, it's one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And you would never think somebody like Carrington, which is not a shot, but he's, local guy, city kid, all that sort of stuff, goes sees the Grand Canyon. He's like, everyone must go see this.
You have to.
And it's insane, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna love
that.
Flying
over, we're flying tonight. Our flight doesn't leave 10 o'clock tonight, so you don't see it at night when you're flying over it. But when you're there on Sunday and you go over the Hoover Dam and that kind of stuff, I'm all about experiences for the kids. They don't appreciate it now, I don't think, but they will. Looking back, oh man, Dad took us to see all these things. It's cool.
Right.
My parents did that for us. We loaded up in that damn minivan and we were all over the place.
Oh yeah,
all these old historic homes and Revolutionary War forts. And my sister at one time goes, "Why are we walking through all these people's houses?" I don't know.
Good question, Iguano. I would say mine. I was supposed to show, depending weather related, I was supposed to show Mac and Maloney the summit. So we'll see how that goes. I know we're supposed to get some pretty severe weather around the time the happy hour starts.
I was looking at Nick Bender's graphic that he put up there today. No, it's not bad.
Okay.
I mean, it's supposed to be happy hour, but before and after happy hour, it looks like it's going to be fine.
But happy hour is 3 to 6.
Yeah, and that kind of window does pretty much suck today. From a wind standpoint, not a lot of rain, but it looks like the heights of the wind are from, according to Bender, are going to be starting at 3 and going to 6 or 7 probably. Gosh, then they start to dissipate.
Yeah, so I got that, and then
basically about sunset starts to dissipate.
Yeah, so so we might have to call an audible on this week's happy hour. Maybe we'll go next Friday. I don't know. I don't even know where the hell Mac is. But yeah, I'm hoping I can do that because it is fun. Yeah, probably. He's a growing boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Maloney's never been down there. He's a nice guy to me. He's been very, very, very respectful to me. So he's like, I've never been to Stewie's patio. So if you want to come say hi, myself and Mac will be there. We will say hi to you. We don't make as enough money as other people, so I can't open up a bar tab, unfortunately. But we can say hi. The other one that I'm going to cover this weekend is...
You're going to take money out of your own account?
I don't have that money. Definitely not that much.
No.
So the Turning 2, Stewie's patio, hopefully, might have to call a rain check, no pun intended. And then the other one is Selection Sunday. One of my favorite days of the year. I get so into it.
It's
I know.
Fun.
It's great because it's just like, all right, let's go out to the East region. Number 1 seed and overall 1, Duke. And then you're like, they'll play the winner of the play-in game that'll be played on Tuesday night, but you just kind of know where you're going to go next week. Like, you'll have your Thursday and Friday plans set, depending on whether you follow Mizzou, whether you follow Kansas, whether you follow Kansas State. Whether you follow Mizzou or whether you follow Kansas, again, 96.5 The Fan, you're home for Kansas State athletics.
Hey, it happens, right? You don't make it every year into the tournament.
You can't always make it. Mac, you got a turn 2 this weekend, or did you just done turning 2?
It just got done turning 2. I don't know. I mean, I hope we get to hang out today, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. See what happens.
It's going to be a rough afternoon, man. Kid pickup time to about dinner time.
Yeah.
Windy. Not a lot of rain, but windy.
So it's just windy? It's not like storms or anything like that?
I don't know. The graph looks weird. It's got a bunch of different things on there. But the wind stuff is what I think everybody seemingly is concerned about today.
Yeah, it's 70 miles. That's very windy.
Go play wiffle ball in that weather.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine trying to play wiffle, kickball or something like that out there? Basketball out there in the rain and the wind. But I saw on Channel 4, I think this morning, they said the Big 12 Fan Fest was postponed for today as well. So it must be bad if they're not taking money for people to get beers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Thanks to Vern joining us on that side. Coming up on the other side, Happy Pie Day. You know what that means. We want to know who your favorite number 3 and number 14 were all time. You thought I was going somewhere else. Also, top 3 pies. Top 3 pies. 913-586-7965. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
If severe weather hit you last year, don't worry. Century Roofing is here. We have extended our free material upgrade sale on all roof replacements to celebrate our 35th anniversary. We'll provide an in-depth inspection to determine if enough damage exists to warrant filing a claim with your insurance company. See for yourself why Century Roofing has been voted Best of Johnson County for the 3rd year in a row. Press the pillars of strength. KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Hey there, Kansas Lottery here. And we want to get together for a game or two. Meet us at your favorite retailer or wherever you like to buy your tickets, and we can let the games begin. There's a lot of fun and cash on the line. See kslottery.com for details.
Here's a question. Would you take your storm-damaged car to a body shop that only did bumpers? Of course not. So why call just a roofing company after your entire home or business goes through a storm? Get more than a roofer. Get an experienced restoration team. Get Pack Construction Services. We're seasoned construction professionals and, are you ready? Former insurance adjusters. Our 100 years of diverse and specialized experience means faster repairs, fewer hassles, and fewer delays. Our emergency response team is on call 24/7 for storm damage, fire, water, and even mold restoration. Veteran-owned, Kansas City trusted. No one will care more for your home or business inside and out than we will. We're ready when you need us. Visit PackKC.com and schedule a free inspection. With KC's recent storm history, there's a good chance you could already have covered damage. Find out today at PackKC.com. That's PACTKC.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer-dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025. Live in Kansas City. T-Mobile Center, September 17th. With special guests, idols, and the Barbarians of California. Get tickets this Monday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. For more, visit deftones.com.
Papa Roach.
This is my last resort. That's what she said. I don't hate.
With Rise Against, celebrating 25 years. Rise of the Roach Tour. Rockin' T-Mobile Center, April 9th. With special guest, Under Oath. On sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Papa Roach and Rise Against together on one epic night.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
Opening day coverage is brought to you by Hollywood Casino. Stop by Hollywood Casino every Wednesday in March from 12 until 2 to register for your chance to win opening day tickets. Your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading into downtown, 670 eastbound slows before 35 and stays pretty slow out past Main Street. Heading 29 southbound, crossing over into the downtown loop. Just a brief slowdown in through there for you. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Happy Pi Day to everyone out there today. 314. And then Kansas City's day, for some, is on Sunday. I'm just kidding. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin's day. That's why I say for some, 316.
That's
August.
Wichita's day.
Oh, was that what there, Eric? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Did you know the NCAA tournament was in Wichita this year?
Oh, yeah.
I did not until like
Kansas
yesterday.
will not be playing in Wichita.
No, they probably won't. Maybe Missouri will. I don't know. Be fun.
Carrington said if they play in Wichita, he's going to go.
As he should.
I said he should go.
Wichita, you will never see me.
They were there, I think they were all there yesterday. I think Carrington, Drew, Gold, I think they were all at the game.
At
yesterday.
Wichita?
No,
Oh.
T-Mobile. Kansas City, Missouri, baby, hometown. We asked you top 3 favorite pies for Pi Day. Or you can give me your favorite number 3 and number 14.
This was his way to work in Jack Caglione.
Better believe it.
I called you out on that one well over 12 hours ago. I kid. I sent a text to my friend Josh, who runs Smokehouse Barbecue, yesterday, and he didn't respond. And I don't understand why. And I ran this by you. I suggested a burnt end pie a la Beans. Take the Smokehouse burnt ends and bake them in pie crust, right? Like you would. Slice that pie, top it with the hickory pit beans like you would a la mode for ice cream, and have those beans run down the burnt end pie. I think that sounds amazing. Does anybody else think that sounds good, or am I just out of my mind on this one?
No, because one of my top 3 pies is similar to what I think we were kind of discussing in between the segments, where like you could make like a barbecue shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad either.
Chop up the burnt ends, or do like the crisper meat or the crispy meat.
yeah.
Put that in there. A little bit of barbecue sauce. Throw the cheesy corn in there. Throw the beans in there, and then fold that big daddy up. Put a little cheese on top, toast it, put it in the oven. Dude, I would eat a slice and go to bed for 4 hours.
Yeah, that sounds good. But
like a barbecue shepherd's pie.
Like you've seen those like on cartoons, those big pies and everything, right? Just stuffing one with burnt ends as high as you possibly can. Yeah. And then you slice and you just open with burnt ends, and you put a big scoop of the hickory pit beans from Smokehouse on top. You've got your beans and your burnt ends mixed in. You got your burnt end pie a la Beans.
So my favorite 3 pies. French silk, number 1. It's like Mahomes and everybody else. It was my birthday cake for like 5 to 6 years.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
Tippin's French silk pie was none other.
Damn good.
That's like my wife. She loves that French silk pie. I always get her the NSA version.
Okay.
No sugar added.
Yeah. It's not a bad one. I just want those little chocolate pubes on top.
Yeah, the little chocolate flakes.
Yeah, they're so good. French silk pie, number 1. Key lime pie, number 2. Big tart guy.
Yeah.
Not a sour beer guy, but a big tart guy. If I'm going to go sweet, like sweet tart chewies, my favorite candy.
Oh, those are so good.
They're the best.
Are you a sour beer guy at all?
No.
No, me neither.
God, no. I don't want my jaw to lock up every drink.
I felt like I had one, and it was awful. And it's like one of those things, like once you had it that wasn't any good, you didn't go back. I was talking to somebody yesterday that works in the liquor business, and I said, is craft beer still a thing? Craft beer's dead.
Oh.
Couldn't said it fast enough.
Wow.
Damn. Wow.
That
was quick.
French silk pie, key lime pie, and then my 3rd is shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's.
Okay.
I don't really eat it a lot. I probably had it. It was between that and chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie is good too.
Fantastic. They have one at 3rd Street Social.
Do you like seafood?
Yes.
Seafood pot pie.
Oh, I bet that's great. Almost like a chowder mix inside with okay.
Damn.
I just saw him get to that point.
You did.
His eyes rolled back in the back of his head. I've only seen in videos.
Pause for a hot minute, please. Just pause for the seafood pot pie.
So seafood,
shrimp, scallops, lobster meat, whatever you clams, I'm sure.
Yes.
I wouldn't put fish, maybe not in it, but like crustaceans, shellfish, more stuff. So yeah, seafood pot pie does sound pretty good.
French silk, key lime, shepherds. What are your top 3 pies?
I'm going with coconut cream or coconut custard, depending on which one they have at Corner Cafe. That coconut custard pie that my friend Marge got me one year during COVID for my birthday was, oh gosh, it's so good. Love coconut pie. I will go then after that, probably the key lime pie that they serve at Gibson's in Chicago. And our friend Vip actually sent me a picture of that key lime pie yesterday. He goes,
Can they ship it?
I
will send him my address right now.
Vip sends me this picture yesterday, and he says, jelly, and that's the key lime pie at Gibson's. I'll show it to the camera right now. Can you see it on the camera? If you ever get to Chicago, you've got to go to either Gibson's or Hugo's. They share a kitchen, restaurants attached, and get that key lime pie.
That's a big piece of pie.
Oh, it is the
Everything's
best
pie in Chicago.
Yeah, it is.
Seriously. Pizza's pie.
How are they?
And then pizza, my 3rd pie.
That's a great pie.
It's a good pie.
Fantastic pie.
I'll go apple pie will be my number 1. Mom makes it every Thanksgiving. It's like the hardest pie to make, supposedly.
Really?
But that's what she says. The apples, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Cherry pie would be my 2nd, and then you mentioned it
Like
earlier.
Warren?
Yep. And then the 3rd would be
He doesn't get it, does
No,
he?
I don't get it.
She's my cherry pie.
Oh, there you
Cool drink
go.
of water. That's who sings it. Warren.
3rd would
Warranted
be
that.
You didn't get it, did you? No.
No, I didn't. No, just tried to breeze by it. Chicken pot pie. Specifically, what's the brand that everyone gets?
Marie Callender's?
Yeah.
Every time.
Did you ever meet Marie?
No.
Oh, sweetheart of a lady.
Is she really?
Yeah. She's actually from Kansas City, right?
What?
Grew up in Kansas City, right?
Wow.
And invented the pot pie. She was friends with Jasper's father growing up.
Of course.
And she went the pot pie route. They went the Italian food route. History has it. There it is, Marie Callender,
cool.
Kansas City legend.
Wow.
A lot of pies coming in on the text line. I really like pecan pie.
Pecan pie is fantastic.
I almost gave it to you, B-Dub. I saw the text, Dub. I almost gave it to you.
Did B-Dub text in?
Yeah, he said the word I can't say.
Pecan?
No, it rhymes with like something tang pie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When I remember filling in. I think it was with either you or Kling. I told him the story. He about pissed himself because I got kicked out of school for a day because this teacher said
You did not.
Yes, I did. This is a true story. B-Dub can literally call in and tell you how hard he laughed. Because
I can see B-Dub laughing right now.
Dude, he was.
I mean, like, I got the image in my mind.
I was nervous.
Dying.
I almost went back there and gave him mouth to mouth. Because he was like, we were talking about wrestling, and he was like, oh, yeah, he's like The Rock. And I was like, yeah, I got in trouble because of wrestling. My parents were like, we can no longer watch it. Because The Rock had a bit where he's like, you like pie? What kind of pie do you like? You know, The Rock's favorite pie is blank tang pie. And so I said that to the teacher in front of the entire class, and she goes, get out.
Did you understand at that point?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just making sure.
I didn't have a hair on my ass.
Yeah. B-Dub laughing. I just, oh my
dude,
God, I got the image.
I mean, it was one of those shut the mic off, hat came off.
Oh, yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
hair, just,
Walks out the room.
Gone. He walked out of the room faster than we had the onions back there. Oh, it was over, man.
I mean, I could see B-Dub with the hat off. Like, you nailed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just walk out the...
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it was over, man. Binkley's favorite pie is the banana split pie from Corner Cafe. Somebody on the text line says 3 lemon meringue, 2 pecan pie, 1 hard to beat, any really good apple pie. A lot of cream pies on the text line, too. Like Boston
cream
coconut,
pies,
all that
cream
sort of
pie.
stuff. So.
The pecan pie, man, like my first job was in a town called Seguin, Texas. It was the home of the world's largest pecan. And pecans are only an every other year crop, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, see, you're learning, you know? And the best part about it was, like, the golf course we played on, because I did play golf because it was like a $500 membership for the entire year, play as much as you want with cart. Would you sign up for that?
Yes. Absolutely.
And it was at like this, like, it was like at the city park golf course, but it was beautiful because it's South Texas. Everything's green all the time, the beautiful river and Guadalupe River. And all the trees were pecan trees. And so you'd walk around the golf course and you'd have all the free pecans in the world that you could eat. And I'm telling you what, fresh nuts are so good.
See, somebody said in the text line before we even got into the subject. We all know what Dusty's favorite pie really is. Oh, man. Shout out to the text line. Y'all some nasty people today on a Friday. But good for you.
But it's Friday.
Speaking of nasty people, we get to the Richard of the Week, and you already know what mine is. And yes, of course, it involves golf. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan. You're home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, this weekend, you're thinking about what you're going to do, right? You got the kiddos. You want something fun going on with them. Maybe you've got family in town. People are coming in for spring break. Maybe you're hanging out for spring break. You're looking for that perfect activity that everybody can compete in and have fun in. The answer is Foaling. It's football plus bowling plus bar, and that's Foaling Warehouse, Kansas City. It's the funkiest sports entertainment venue in KC, and they're located at 435 and State Line. Foaling Warehouse KC is a mashup of football and bowling, drinks, and fun. What you're going to do is you're going to throw the football at the bowling pins, and you're going to knock them all down. The first one to knock the pins down wins. It's just like bowling, but you're doing it with a football. Throw it underhand, get more control on that ball. You're going to have the time of your life, and it's perfect for a guy's night out, hanging out with the kiddos, a family night. You want to do something with your girlfriend. Bowling is perfect for everyone. And every Monday, they have Bar League Jeopardy as well, with prizes awarded to the top 2 teams. So check them out and reserve a lane now at FoalingKC.com. That's FoalingKC.com, and get your foal on.
It's here, Kansas City Northland, your new Academy Sports and Outdoor store. Now open at 9130 Northwest Skyview Avenue. Don't miss our grand opening celebration, Friday, March 14th through Sunday, March 16th. Plus, shop grand opening deals starting Thursday, March 13th at your new Kansas City Northland store. And at your Liberty, Overland Park, Olathe, and Belton stores. The first 150 customers in line when the store opens this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 18 and over, get a free mystery gift card with over $15,000 in total weekend prizes.
I'm McCall with Lee Summit Subaru, and it's time to make a big deal out of nothing. Announcing Lee Summit Subaru's 0% event. Zero, like in 0% financing. Zero is back. Up to 0% financing on select 2024 and 2025 Subaru models for 72 months. And we're 2024 Google's highest review rated and only locally owned Subaru retailer in Kansas City. 0% event. The Subaru A Lot to Love event at Lee Summit Subaru.
Google highest review rated Subaru retailer in Kansas City based on Google Analytics.
Hey, it's Dick Ray. Why do they call us the heating, AC, and plumbing magician? We show up on time, diagnose and fix the problem quickly without breaking the bank. And now we have our own madness going on in March with our Dick Ray BOGO deal. Schedule a $99 AC tune-up by March 31st and receive your furnace tune-up next fall for free. Come on, sing it with me.
Call Dick Ray, he's your cooling magician. Dick Ray, he's a man on a mission.
At Diamonds Direct, we believe luxury is an experience and not a price tag. Luxury is expert guidance. It's the selection of 10 jewelry stores under one roof. It's saving time on endless comparison shopping, and you'll only find this experience at Diamonds Direct. Our luxury showroom has it all backed by our lifetime warranties and our signature best price guarantee. Diamonds Direct is the perfect combination of luxury and value, so you don't ever have to compromise. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Kick off the Royals season with 96.5 The Fan at Hollywood Casino. Join us for an exclusive 96.5 The Fan roundtable featuring Michael Massey, Josh Vernier, and other special guests on March 28th at 6 p.m. Don't miss your chance to get insider insights before the season begins.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunk Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes. And our collegiate e-bikes, just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
This report is brought to you by Care Now Urgent Care. Find one near you at carenow.com.
Care Now Urgent Care has 15 Kansas City area locations open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side pretty heavy on 435 southbound with an accident before call that has the right lane blocked still and has long delays to stretch back towards Kansas Avenue. Heading into downtown on 70 westbound off again on again slow from 27th Street in past Prospect. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, Royals fans, it's Vern. The Hot Stove Show is back every Thursday night at 6 o'clock from spring training all the way up until opening day. This is your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM, and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Check your calendars, less than 2 weeks from opening day or the Marie. Famous Missourian.
Mm-hmm. Famous Kansas City and Marie calendar.
He's shaking his head now. Somebody did research.
Somebody asked, is cheesecake considered a pie?
No, it's cake. It's in the name.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more specific do we need to get? It's called cheesecake. Is that a pie?
I will say my honorable mention in pie is like a peanut butter cup pie or something like you
chocolate
know what I mean?
peanut butter pie.
Like, is it the Cheesecake Factory the one that does that one? Is that what we're talking about?
cheesecake yesterday, yeah.
That's that one. That's not a pie; it's a cake.
Yeah,
but
peanut butter pie is good.
Oh my!
You don't find peanut butter pie all that often, but I do think that Village Inn, the Villaggio Inn over here, I think they have a
We should
peanut
go
butter
there
pie
after work someday.
We could do that sometime.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
The old diner special.
Get the pie.
That's all we need. I don't want anything else. It'd be like 10:30. I don't need to eat.
Like Perkins, they used to have pie. Is Perkins
is
still a thing?
Yeah, it's one right by my house.
Is it? Okay.
We had an Uber driver once that didn't say a word the entire time we're in the car. And then we passed a Perkins on the way home. I'm like, man, I wonder if they still have French silk pie. He literally just goes, they do. And then we're back to driving. And
Did
I was
he stop?
That's it. That's all he said. He says, they do. I wish. Did you start? Let's get into the Richard of the Week.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me.
Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. I didn't really want to continue to hammer the golf stuff, but man, Rory McIlroy's just been a Richard this entire week. So he comes out and says, I'm not really part of that generation, so I don't really watch YouTube. Dude, you're 35. Like, you are the definition of that generation that came up with YouTube. You are 2 years younger than I am. You definitely watched YouTube videos, and you said you'd rather watch golf on Saturday and Sunday than watch YouTube golf. That's just simply not true, because if you're watching on Saturday and Sunday, that means you're not playing. That means you missed the cut.
Yeah, and you're not watching if you didn't make the cut, right? Like, if you missed the cut or you go, like, I know for a fact the majority of NFL players aren't watching the Super Bowl or the championship games. They're not in it. They don't care.
Because a lot of people are mad at Colin Morikawa right now.
Why?
Because he got second place last week in the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Cool.
And he was leading the tournament all day Sunday until like the final 3 or 4 holes. And on his way out, he just left. And the media is pissed. And
why? So you can get a generic stale quote?
And they say, he goes, I was just upset. And he goes, what you guys think doesn't matter to me. And at that time, I was pissed. I wasn't going to give you anything, so I don't really care. He goes, if I could do it an hour after the tournament, I'd have given you whatever you wanted. You guys wanted answers right after I just got a tough loss. After every day, I do my workout routine, I do my practices, I do all this stuff. So I didn't feel like I needed to give you anything. And he goes, it doesn't matter to me. And that was the end of that. Whereas
I don't hate that.
I mean, I'm indifferent. To be honest, I'm indifferent.
I mean, I understand his
part
side
of the job.
It is part of the job.
Because if we're going to clown Cam Newton for getting up at the Super Bowl podium and walking away, we have to have some sort of on both sides.
I think, but I also understand both of those guys. Like, I
Correct.
get why Cam Newton got up and walked away. I get why this guy, you've worked your whole life and then the collapse like that at the end. That's got to be the worst. Like, if you're on a 4-12 football team, that's fine. You suck all year. You get to the ultimate. You're there at the end, and then you collapse like that. Oh, it's got to be brutal.
Oh, my God. Did you see what Drew looks like?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it till just now.
He's got a new haircut.
Yeah, he's got the Dusty Likens haircut with no blonde in it anymore. High fade, no blonde.
Okay.
Well, what he's doing is he's trying to look like that fraud Joe Burrow.
We'll get into that too. But no, so with Cam Newton and Colin Morikawa, where I think there's a difference is Cam Newton made himself loud that entire year. Was the MVP, was 15-1, had a rough game, didn't dive on the fumble, and he probably knew they were going to ask him about that. Whereas Colin Morikawa has been completely introverted his entire career. He's a golfer.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get whatever you want to say, but there is some accountability when you're an athlete that, like, at the end of the day, it's like, you think Mahomes want to talk to the media after getting blown out?
Well, I mean, and that's why I'm going to go back to the Super Bowl. A lot of those guys didn't want to talk to us
in the locker room.
Like Trey Smith looked at me and goes, Bob, I'm not talking.
And
I'm fine with that. Look, you just got mollywopped. I get it.
I also thought it was fine that they led all their pain and grief on the shoulders of their leader, which was Travis Kelce, who stood there for 5 minutes and owned it.
Yep.
Knowing that he still had to go to the podium, where other guys use the podium, which they can, that's fine.
Right.
But yeah, Rory McIlroy, and then the guy takes a video of his phone and says, just like 2011, Rory.
That guy.
And Rory took his phone and then walked away.
Yeah.
And then the media asked Rory.
You know who that guy was, right?
He was I don't know.
No, he's a golfer at the University of Texas. He's
that's
a
right.
Division I golfer, like just won something over the weekend. And heckled Rory, and Rory went and took his phone, and then the kid got kicked out of the thing, and now it's a whole big deal.
And he had
for
to
this
send
kid.
an apology.
I
saw
know.
that.
The coach had to send apologies.
So again, Rory McIlroy, Richard, deal with it. If you want to be the face, lean into it and be it. Don't be this Richard that takes people's cell phones, and then when the media asks you about it, and they say, "Can we ask you about the incident yesterday?" No. Why not? Because I don't want you to. And then he just went on, and he's just like, come on, man. Yeah. So Rory
That's
McIlroy.
the stuff I don't like with athletes, when they know the questions are coming and then they refuse to answer them. I'd rather have you not show up.
So Rory McIlroy, my Richard of the Week. Go ahead, boys.
Yeah, mine's going to be Mark Gastineau. If you guys remember, him and Brett Favre had an interaction because Mark was, basically trying to hunt down Brett Favre, talk to him about the sack record being broken.
Right.
And well, let's listen to that audio first just to kind of refresh.
I thought we met a long time ago. At least I saw you.
Right.
How you doing?
When you fell down for him. I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
That sounds like a guy talking to his wife who won't allow him to go play poker or go get beers with the boys. I want my sack back.
It's very clear halfway through this interaction, Favre's going, "Oh, okay, you're very unwell."
Yeah,
sure.
But you're being serious about this, right? And so Gastineau's now suing ESPN for $25 million.
$25 million because of that viral confrontation.
That video, that confrontation was done in a public place, pal.
Yeah, dude.
Go pound sand.
You're going up to a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, people are going to have cameras on him.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. Stop being a baby. Here's Boomer Esiason, if you remember, on Gastineau.
Mark Gastineau's dealing with some medical issues, is he not?
It has to be.
Right. So I can't stand the guy. The guy was a dirty, cheap shot and son of a bitch, as far as I'm concerned. And, I know this because he was on the elevator in the Westin in Cincinnati telling my buddies who are there to watch the game that you tell your boy Boomer to call an ambulance because he's going down. And he was trying to cheap shot me the whole damn game. So screw him. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I knew he would be pissed because that's exactly what it looked like for Michael Strahan and Brett Favre. It looked exactly like that. So I understand why he's pissed. But screw him. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anti-Richard of the week.
Stick it to him, Boomer.
Screw this guy. He's a
Mark
jerk.
Gastineau's dealing with some medical issues, is he not?
Yeah, it has to be.
Right. So I can't stand the guy. The guy was a dirty, cheap shot and son of a bitch.
All righty.
I love how he sets it up to where you think he's going to be forgiving.
He's not well.
He's got issues, right? Yeah. I don't care. The guy sucks.
Wow. But he's not wrong. I mean, Gastineau was a dirty-ass player. And, I know he played right before the era where guys got paid and whatnot. And, losing his sack record, probably a big deal for him. He maybe made money off of that. But you can't sue ESPN for $25 million. If you wanted to have a private conversation with Brett Favre, take him back to an office or something, man, behind closed doors and do it there.
Or do it like in a cheeky, sarcastic, passive way.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Fall guy?
Right. Yeah.
Brett Fall?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Right.
But again, he can't do that because he's not there.
Right. Exactly.
That should have already happened 25 years ago.
Where's his manager? Be like, Mark, we'll do this somewhere else. Look behind you. Because on all the full swing stuff, they know where the Netflix cameras are.
Of course.
Because Rory, there's a Rory and Shane Lowry episode, and he asked Shane Lowry, he's like, you want to go get something to eat? And Shane Lowry's like, yeah, as long as we're alone. Because they just want some sort of they know they're there. Again, they have managers. I'm not saying Gastineau has to realize that, but you got to have your manager step up and be like, hey, dude, come on, let's get out of here. Let's go talk to him somewhere else. That's what they're paid for.
Yeah. All right, here's mine.
I already know where this is going.
I hate when people do things that impact others. Okay, selfish acts that impact others or something.
In a negative way.
Yeah. A selfish act that impacts somebody else or other people just drive me up a wall. Air India Flight 126 had been soaring over Greenland that took off from Chicago when passengers flushed bags, rags, and clothes down the lavatory johns, rendering 8 of the 12 toilets inoperable. Due to the malfunction, the jet was forced to turn back to Chicago 5 hours into the 14-hour flight. While the airline had been closer to Europe at the time, making several European cities the most obvious diversion destinations, they decided to return to the Windy City because of, quote, restrictions on night operations at most of the European airports.
Oh, my God.
So you're 5 hours into the flight. Idiots are flushing clothes down the toilets, jamming the toilets, and you've got to turn back and go 5 hours the other way. So now you're 10 hours into a 14-hour flight, and you're back where you started because idiots are flushing their clothes?
Well, I have so many questions.
Well, yeah.
I'd have to be restrained. Physically.
I would have turned into the woman that was dead on the flight. I've been put a blanket over me. I can't take this anymore.
This isn't the first time that Air India has been plagued by flyers using the lavatory as a trash compactor. We flew Air India years ago to Europe one time.
Is it like they're getting rid of drugs, you think?
I don't know. Our teams have previously, but you're going through security and all that. So our teams have previously also found objects such as blankets, underwear, diapers among waste having been flushed down the toilets on other flights.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Like, they're taking their pants off and then just letting it go down that high-powered, like, suction of a toilet.
Yeah, like, I guess I don't need this anymore. Let me flush it on the plane.
I mean, just throw it away.
Well, I mean, you would think.
Just
Or don't bring it with you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pack this bag full of everything we own, and then halfway through the flight, I'll give you the signal. We'll start flushing our signal. We'll start flushing our clothes.
Oh, I'd be so pissed because I'm already terrible at flying. Like, I already can't handle it. 5 hours in, and then it's like 5 hours back.
Right. And so now you're 10 hours and you're back to where you started 10 hours. I mean,
I'm just not
Air
taking
India is
that trip.
offering full refunds to people
I
and things.
would
Better
hope.
you know.
Minus the flushers.
They offer
Yeah.
full refunds for the fiasco, but this was little consolation for the flyers who claimed they had to go through a lot. Yeah. They used the term rigmarole.
Oh, I would have turned into rigor mortis.
I mean, nobody likes flying, right? It's a pain in the ass. The airlines have messed everything up. Everybody's mad at the airport. Like, you see people at their worst at the airport. And then when that plane takes off, you can kind of relax a little bit, have a cocktail. Okay, it's a 14-hour flight. Attention flight, we're over Greenland and we're turning around and going back to Chicago because we got people flushing their clothes.
And it's going to be a tailwind and towards it's going to be a nose wind, so it's going to be
right.
slower.
Slower.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Right.
I mean, seriously, I would have thought I was on some kind of candid camera if somebody came in and said, we're turning around 5 hours into a flight because somebody's been flushing their underwear.
I'd be like, are they reuniting Punk? Is Ashton Kutcher going to come out of here out of nowhere?
I mean, can we just throw these people out the plane, flush them down
Yeah.
the toilet if they're doing, like, seriously?
I think everybody that was not involved should have gotten extra plane shooters to make the plane ride fun.
Yeah.
Take your seatbelts off, walk around. Anybody, there's a 5-minute window to join the Mile High Club.
What do you think about the opportunity to just pummel those people who were doing it? The people are in section row 21, seat A. Go out there and beat the snot out of that gentleman.
Somebody already said in the text line they're swinging. Like they said, they're swinging.
Yes.
I
that's
can't
terrible.
imagine. I can't imagine that length of a flight and turning around that long into it.
A couple of flushes. We move on to Cooper Flagg, a guy that cannot miss the tournament because of one major point that we discussed on the other side on 96.5 The Fan. You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your new home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is time to talk to you guys about the Underdog app and how it's available now in the state of Missouri. Like right now, get out your phone, download the Underdog app if you're in Missouri, and then put on your dancing shoes and pick up your phones. It's time to make your picks on March college basketball. With Underdog, you can bring that excitement to wherever you watch. Playing on their app is as easy as choosing higher or lower on player stats like points, assists, rebounds, and so much more. Get those picks right, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won billions on Underdog. Will you be next? Get into the game by signing up for the Underdog app using promo code BOB to claim a gimme pick as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you deposit. Cash in on every bucket this season with Underdog. Must be 18 and over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Don't settle for just a roofer. When your entire home or business gets hit by a storm, get an experienced restoration team. Get Pat Construction Services. Visit patkc.com. That's PACTKC.com.
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say,
"This is ludicrous."
but that won't fix your home. That will only get you the rapper, Ludacris.
Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's right. You can file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks, Mr. Chris.
No matter how ludicrous the situation, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. right by you.
Men, this is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. The one you love is the light of your life. And if you're like most of us, you want to do whatever you can to nurture your relationship. But if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, you know the impacts the condition is likely having on you and your partner. ED is a relationship destroyer. It can contribute to depression, distancing, conflicts, and even breakups and divorce. And what's so disturbing about this is that most men who suffer with ED can be successfully treated, but a lot of guys don't seek treatment when they should. At Heartland Men's Health, we have protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases. In fact, if you're like most guys, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment and maybe find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. So call Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
What would you do if you could go back in time with the tap of a button?
Watch the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids?
How'd they do it?
Buy enough Bitcoin to purchase your very own private island.
Or maybe just skip the joke that flopped at the holiday party.
Unfortunately, we haven't figured out how to rewind time. But you can rewind live shows with the free Odyssey app.
Never miss your favorite sports talk again. To get started, download Odyssey and search for your station.
Hey basketball fans, want to boost your odds on your next college hoops wager? Just log into your BetMGM account today to receive an odds boost token. Then place a wager on any college basketball matchup and apply your token. Just make sure to bet up to the minimum stake, odds, and legs specified on the token. If your boosted wager hits, you'll score a bigger payout, no matter the showdown. BetMGM is your home for betting college basketball. Think you can hit that winning shot? Step onto our court for your chance to score. Claim your college basketball odds boost token today. The players are ready for tip-off, so turn up the heat and take your shot with BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly. Rewards expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Today, mix of sun, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 77.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the Mission Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Studios.
I don't know what he said either. Is the name of the title of this song. No, it's Friday. Carly XCX.
Carly Jepsen?
That's it. I just heard that that song turned a certain age not too long ago.
Which song?
Call Me Maybe. The only song?
How old did it turn?
That's up to Mac. I bet Mac was. I'm going to say Mac was 13 when Call Me Maybe came out.
Like 14?
I was going to say probably about 15 years old.
Yeah, let's say it's up there. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen these on social media. What the Royals are doing with this Hall of Fame stuff is insanely
I
awesome.
love them. They're great.
So cool.
Quick 30-second videos, kind of letting you know Alex Gordon's going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
Spoiler.
I mean, if you didn't figure it out yourself, that's on you, and we probably should check you. Okay? It's pretty obvious. It's Alex Gordon.
Yeah, and then a friend of the show, Eric Hosmer, put up a gif of Dumb and Dumber. He must work out.
I guarantee you there is somebody that goes, oh, man, you spoil alerted. I didn't know that was Gordon. You didn't?
It was Butler.
Man, I really thought it was going to be Garcia.
I could have sworn it was going to be Jorge Bonifacio.
I really thought it was Omar Infante.
I thought it was going to be Yunili Escobar. Or, I read it.
Alcides?
No.
Yunieski Betancourt.
Betancourt,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man. I thought it was Nori Aoki. You ruined it for me, Fescoe.
Royals great Juan Gonzalez. Even he didn't show it for that.
No. Royals great Benito Santiago.
Oh, man. He's like in their front office, or was, right?
The Royals?
Benito Santiago?
Oh.
I thought he was doing something up there.
No, he got out of town real fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was doing something.
I'm sure he is, but I don't know what.
I thought it was with the Royals. I really did think it was with the
No,
Royals. I thought there was.
I mean, I could be totally wrong. I don't think Benito Santiago's the Royals.
I thought he
at
was
all.
like doing something where he was sitting next to George Brett during a game for a while. I don't know. Maybe I'm high. It is Friday.
Yeah.
So yesterday was something that just could not have happened, and that was Cooper Flagg getting hurt.
Yeah.
Devastating. Now, I do want to say, shout out to the people of DraftKings, because we had a little sidebar conversation of this. Since Cooper Flagg was injured and didn't return to the game, we are issuing you a bonus bet as a courtesy. Thank you for your loyalty. That's a sad thing to hear them tell me that. Thank you for your loyalty. Yeah, so he goes out. DraftKings gives everybody a free bonus bet, which
That's
will be
the
used.
beauty of Underdog too. They
Right.
give you that. If somebody gets hurt, they give you that entry back. Early on in the game, like Cooper Flagg was yesterday.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, Cooper Flagg has to be in March Madness. So it's like the similarity that I thought of was Bobby Wood Jr. gets hit in the wrist, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, is it severe?" Now Cooper Flagg's ankle or foot or leg, whatever, is going to be fine. They say X-ray's negative, but the hell with the ACC tournament.
Oh yeah,
I don't need to see him anymore. Be ready by next Thursday or Friday, whenever Duke plays as the number 1 overall seed out in the East Coast. But Cooper Flagg has to be in this tournament. He has to play in this tournament. He is the National Player of the Year. He will be the number 1 overall draft pick if he elects to go out, which he should. It'd be a bad business decision if he does not. But he's got to play, man.
Got to play. I mean, this is part of the reason and how you grasp, some of the secondary sports fans. Like, we're all going to fill out a bracket, right? But people are going to want a reason to watch. Cooper Flagg has been nothing but the talk of college basketball all year long. Everybody knows who he is, even me, who started watching college basketball yesterday. You know who this guy is. You know what he's capable of doing. You know he's a name. And he's a polarizing guy because you're either a Puke fan or you're not, and you're either rooting for them or you're rooting against them. And I think Puke is one of those teams in college basketball that people do saddle up and genuinely root against, right? We've done it for the better part of 3 generations now where Duke plays, and it's like, all right, enough of them. We want to see them go down. You have your Puke fans and your non-Puke fans. And so with Cooper Flagg not being part of this thing, potentially not being part of this thing, it definitely takes the luster away from the NCAA tournament. I'm not one of these guys that roots for injury. I'm one of these guys that wants everybody to play because I want to see the best, right? And if we get the NCAA tournament and the best player in the country, the best player we've had in maybe a generation, can't play in this thing, that sucks, man. It's going to not be as good of a tournament.
Text line comes today to save your boy. Jason Kendall is who I was thinking of.
Oh,
But he
Kendall,
same
yeah,
position, but yeah, Jason Kendall was the guy I was thinking of.
I had fun on a flight with Kendall one time.
I bet that guy partied. But yeah, thank you to the 913 and to the 816. Yeah, Jason Kendall, my bad. But yeah, I think that when you look at,
Back when Southwest gave you booze.
And 2 free checked bags. Don't do that anymore. But no, I think that the Flagg injury is terrible because, for one, like he can bring people to the sport,
right?
And and he's entertaining enough because of how he moves on the court, being the gigantic human that he is, but can be a distributor, can be a scorer, can be a rebounder, can be a blocker, can do anything he basically wants. And we've seen it all year for those of you that have followed the game this year. Not a lot of people really tune in until yesterday, which is, I'm not arguing that.
And I told you guys yesterday, I said, this isn't college basketball anymore. This is the tournament now. And to me, it's two completely different sports.
I don't hate that take because I didn't know that Zeke Mayo existed. And at one point yesterday in the game, he had 5 threes. In the game before that, he had 5. At one point, he was 10 of 16 from the arc.
That's unbelievable.
Everybody in Lawrence this year is like, where's that been all year? Well, the stakes have upped.
Yeah.
The tensions are there.
And you can just see it.
Oh, and it's great.
Yeah.
You see it in the coaches. I watched Arizona's coach like smack the floor yesterday like he was a point guard waiting to be playing defense. I'm like, even the coaches turn up a little bit more. Even the players, and it's for obvious reasons. Like you're going for something. Like some of these teams, like Texas yesterday, double overtime.
God.
They were the first team out. Now they're the last team in.
Right.
Just like that. And it's like that sort of magic and that sort of like.
It hurts Alex's Boise State Buccaneers or whatever they are.
Maybe Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And, you see this sort of stuff happen and you see these sort of games develop. And now we get into Friday of conference tournament, which Saturday's even better because then Saturday's championship Saturday.
Right.
Sunday's selection Sunday. And then they go back and say, well, in the tournament, if they'd have gotten to like the second or third round, maybe they get in, but they didn't get in. And then this is also where you develop these teams that like maybe when you do fill out your bracket, you're like, oh, they got them as a 7. They're better than that. They had a really bad regular season. Remember UConn? Do you guys remember UConn a couple of years ago? The first year they won the title?
UConn, do it!
Yeah. First year UConn won the title, they started off really bad. And then they went on this like amazing streak and won the entire thing. And everybody goes, oh, yeah, their record didn't indicate what they were because they got off to a bad start. Then they got into conference play, did really well, got into the tournament of the conference tournament, and then just bulldozed the competition. 2 rings, Baldy.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the things that, like, you get to kind of see because to be fair, to your point all along, you don't necessarily have to watch college basketball season to understand where it ends.
Everybody knows where it ends.
Right.
Yeah.
It starts second week of March, and it ends in April, early on in April. And
April 7th.
And that's where everything is looked at. That's where the microscope is focused on. And by the time the end of the tournament is, you're like, oh, I watched basketball for 6 weeks. And I can tell you 3 players on this team, 2 players on that team. A lot of people probably couldn't name 5 players in college basketball that aren't on their local team.
Well, and I think what we see in this month of March with college basketball is I think what every sport is trying to figure out how to do all season long, and that's have that intensity ratcheted up. And that's why you have to have something to be playing for at all times. Like 162 baseball games, as big a baseball fans as you and I are, and we are, and so get ready for the spring because we dial into baseball. I mean, I will watch a game if it's on. I love the sport. But I also know there's really not much at stake in May. There really isn't. Tuesday in May, there's not a lot at stake. But you can see the intensity and you can feel the intensity through your TV set of those kids and those coaches in the month of March because everybody's making their NIL money now and everybody's got their cash and all their stuff. But at the end of the day, there's still college kids that want to play in that NCAA tournament. And there's still something big on the line. And that drives them. Like I said, I was watching the Dayton game. We combined DePaul and Creighton into one word, and it's Dayton. And I'm watching that game yesterday because our friend Nick Costos of BetMGM Network tweeted out that Gus Johnson and Bill Raftery were on the call. I'm like, cool. So I turned it on, got stuck on that game for a while, and I'm glad I did. Because it went to double overtime. And as the second, I mean, you could just see these kids gutting it out. So this Zeke Mayo, whoever the hell that is, why hasn't that been there all year long? Because those games don't matter. Now they matter, and you see guys raise their level of play. It's outstanding. It's human nature. That's why we have to make games over the course of all of these regular seasons. We got to stop looking at every game as a moneymaker and look at it for a way to be intense and have something important attached to it to make it even bigger because you just see, like, the switch legitimately gets flipped in college basketball when you go to March. Coaches and players and fans, man.
No doubt about it. Mac, let's get into one word as we do it here at 9:30 on Fescoe and Dusty.
Let's do it. All right, let's start with our guy, Joe Burrow. This stats came up, and Bob, you've been clinging to this take now for a couple of months. You really like this. Joe Burrow is a fraud. One word. They basically, show side by side Andy Dalton and Joe Burrow. Stats through their first 5 seasons. Andy Dalton has a better record. He has 5 playoff appearances.
Not
to
just
Joe's
a better
2.
record. He has 12 more wins than Joe Burrow.
50-26-1 to 38-30-1 are the records. Better yards per completion, better QBR, and less sacks taken, which is kind of a weird stat. But what would you say for that one word between those stats?
Eye-opening.
Irrelevant. 2 seasons, Joe Burrow missed like so many games. I don't think Andy Dalton's ever hurt. So he's got more games. Of course, he has more wins.
But more playoff appearances, 5-2.
Fair. Patrick Mahomes didn't exist.
But still, Joe Burrow is a product of the media. This guy has made his career off of coming to Arrowhead and beating the Chiefs in the second half of that game. If that game doesn't happen, I don't know that we're considering Joe Burrow one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But because of that game, he's now got this grandfathered in that he's this god.
If you would tell me right now, because Andy Dalton's in the league, you can go have him on your team.
Is he still playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's signed with the Panthers.
Remember?
That's right. He did.
You can go have Andy Dalton, or you
The
can have
Giants
Joe
should
Burrow.
have taken him. Yeah.
You think the Giants would rather have Andy Dalton or Joe Burrow?
Andy Dalton wins in the playoffs.
Okay. Andy Dalton or Gardner Minshew. Would have been nice to have the red rifle.
You know who the Giants may sign today?
Yeah. Saw it last night. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
That's right, baby. Neck hair Flacco.
Why aren't you
Dude.
getting Jameis Winston?
If that happens and I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm moving to my cabin in the woods. They took Joe Flacco over me.
But maybe Aaron Rodgers didn't want the Giants.
I don't give a rip. They took Joe Flacco over you. And I don't think he did. I think he wants anything. I saw a sign yesterday he was holding up. It says, "Will work for Giants food."
Are there memes of him with
Oh,
sign?
yeah. We'll do moose stuff. What is moose stuff? Well, you watch me drink some water out of the lake down there, or, wherever your mind
that's
goes.
great. I'm sure the internet won yesterday with Aaron Rodgers memes.
It's
Oh,
great.
that's fantastic. You got to show me. I haven't seen any of those. That's great.
It's fantastic.
So the Giants are like Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, or Aaron Rodgers. Like, that's what you're looking at. Just draft somebody, man. Trade up to number 1 and get Cam Ward. Just say F it at this point.
I mean, honestly, Joe Flacco is a much better teacher than Aaron Rodgers would be.
Yeah.
I like that angle of it, at least.
Yeah.
Let's do Aaron Rodgers. One word on Aaron Rodgers
No.
to the Vikings.
Farvian.
Complete.
What about
I like the complete word. That's good.
one word on Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers?
Awesome.
Okay.
For our business, Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh and watching that dynamic with Mike Tomlin and him and seeing what he does to that Arthur Smith guy who was the leading candidate to get the North Carolina job. They actually wanted him over Bill Belichick, and then Belichick's girlfriend got involved with emails or something. But I think Tomlin and Rodgers would be the best dynamic we've ever seen. Rodgers starts doing stuff, and Tomlin's like,
Yeah, but sorry, go ahead.
I
think Rodgers needs somebody to check him. I don't think he's ever had anybody check him.
I would fear that there'd be like a younger coach than him trying to be like, well, I actually know what I'm doing. And then Rodgers would be like, oh, you know what you're doing? I knew what I'm doing.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Californian.
What are you doing here?
Taking the 5 to the 41 to the expressway.
South Expressway?
Greg?
Okay, one word on this Cowboys beef, because this kind of went crazy on Twitter yesterday. DeMarcus Lawrence has a video of him kind of saying, well, Dallas is my home, but I know for sure I'm never going to win a Super Bowl there. Micah Parsons says this is what rejection and envy looks like. This is some clown S with a clown emoji. DeMarcus Lawrence says, you know what? I'll reply. He says, calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left. One word on this.
Outstanding.
Truth. You're not winning a championship in Dallas.
Nope.
And if anybody's going to say that, give me somebody that has been there and gone through the mud and the water to be there. You're not winning a championship. As long as Jerry Jones and his son are involved with that team, you are not winning a championship in Dallas. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I've been saying it for 15 years, and now DeMarcus Lawrence says it. It's like gospel.
Well, it's just yeah.
No, I'm kidding, but it's evident. I mean, Jerry Jones has been passed by the football side of the game, the business side of the game. Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to take a lot for the Cowboys to ever be even relevant again as far as contenders are concerned. But their fans will do the whole thing again. They'll have hope. All right, so Najee Harris went to the Chargers this week, yesterday or the other day. We talked about Najee Harris' possibility. Well, Jim Harbaugh has some history. I just want one word on this Jim Harbaugh Najee Harris story.
Is it worms with guns or not afraid of birds?
It's close. It's even better.
Did you guys know the story of Jim Harbaugh trying to recruit Najee Harris in college? So Najee Harris was like one of the a top 10 recruit. He was like the number 2 running back in America. He commits to like Alabama as a sophomore. And then Jim Harbaugh decides that he had just gotten Rashawn Gary, who was the number 1 prospect in America, and he wanted Najee Harris. So he like goes full tilt after Najee, including Jim Harbaugh went to Najee Harris's high school, dressed in all high school clothing, and announced the prom king and prom queen at a football game.
Whoa.
What? And he literally it was shameless. It's insane. I think it's way too much.
It's like somebody's dad coming downstairs and playing beer pong with the kids. It's like we actually don't need that.
Najee Harris has not decided between Bama or Michigan. Bama gave him a plane ticket. Michigan gave him a plane ticket. He hasn't talked to either, and he doesn't know what flight he's going to get on. So he's there, and he's in the hotel lounge, and Tua is just there. Tua is just there reading the Bible, and he's like, "Are you going to Alabama?" Tua's like, "Yeah, I am. You should come to Bama." And Najee's like, "All right, I'll go to Bama." And then he just got on the plane and went to Alabama.
So Tua is responsible, or is it God?
Both. Well, some would say Tua as a vessel through the Bible. But they won the championship the next year. But Najee's like, I watched this video of him today. He actually is like, "That's how I made the decision."
Jeez.
So one word on Jim Harbaugh going to a high school prom and announcing the king and queen.
Do you want to try to do the same one at the same time?
Awesome.
Oh, okay. I took the opposite approach. Cringe.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. But I mean, I think that would be
all high school clothing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there's a video of it, man. Oh, yeah. He's wearing all high school gear.
I mean.
And he didn't land him.
Cocked, locked, ready to rock.
It's the right term is par for the course. This is who Jim Harbaugh is.
This is what he does.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's not going to change because he's in the NFL. He's still going to be that guy, and people are going to look at even Najee Harris back then. Like, this cat showed up to the prom. It's not as bad as that nitwit at LSU who faked an accent and danced.
Family. Ryan Kelly.
Oh,
family.
And then did the spin cameras.
Oh, yeah. So bad.
Family.
No, but Harbaugh couldn't get Najee 5 or 6 years ago. And now he's like, I'm going to do it now.
Now you can. Hey, man, things come full circle. That's why you never burn a bridge. You never know. 5 years down the line, who knows? Hey, Najee Harris, you're a free agent. Come on in.
Somebody from the text says one word is tracks.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, well, if worms had machine guns and arms, birds would be afraid of them.
I mean, if
worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
If I told you there was one coach that showed up to a prom dressed like a high school kid to recruit a football player, I'm not giving you 2 guesses.
That's it. Yep.
Or I'm giving you 100 and your first 99 don't
count. Yeah, I mean, who else would it be?
It's 2-day. Oh, my God.
Not that cannabis guy.
I heard that. I had to get that on here. It's too good.
I love stuff like that.
I know.
That's
It's
great.
fun.
That's not AI with the worms had machine guns?
I don't think so, man.
If worms had machine guns, then birds wouldn't be scared of them.
Smoking cannabis, whatever.
I mean, somebody was smoking cannabis when you're thinking about worms with machine guns. That is 100%. 3:15 after everyone's out of class in college, sitting on the couch, the living room's completely smoked out.
100%.
And you're like, dude, could you imagine if worms had machine guns?
Smoking cannabis?
Yes, I was, if I had that conversation.
I mean, there's some of the conversations Spectre used to have with us. I sent you the one yesterday, who would win a fight between celery and broccoli? That was a conversation my friend Paul and I had. These are the conversations we have. These are the thoughts from the garage. And he sends me this, this who would win a fight, celery or broccoli? And I was like, I think broccoli would beat celery. And then I asked you guys if you had to pick the 5 fruits or vegetables to defend your country with, which 5 fruits or vegetables would you have to defend your country against outside attacks? Think about it. I mean, grapes, because you could throw them.
Yeah. Mustard gas.
That's not a vegetable or a fruit.
Mustard seed is not a vegetable. It's an herb.
It's a seed.
I like this thought, though. This is a good thought.
And Spectre used to if you could have 5 animals defend Kansas City, which 5 animals would you do? But which 5 fruits and vegetables do you think would be the best to have to defend your country?
Watermelon.
Okay.
Remember when that lady tried to slingshot one and almost beheaded herself?
Yeah. Coconuts.
Slingshot. I mean, do coconuts grow in the United States?
Yeah.
I just didn't know where.
Yeah, and they're hard,
I mean,
really hard. Yeah.
Get somebody in the temple and knock them out,
or kill them,
or just hold it in their temple and pound the side of their head.
He gripped his teeth very hard when he did that.
I mean, if I was on that flight, I'd be looking for a coconut, I'll tell you. If you're flushing your clothes?
Yeah. I'm sure the text line's got some fruit.
I mean, carrots would be good because you could stab somebody's eyes with the pointy ends
Carrots
of
would be
them.
good.
Yeah.
Somebody says Brussels sprouts and artichokes. Don't those artichokes have like those pointy
Yeah,
things
they're
on them?
pointy. They're
Oh,
sharp.
You ever had one? You ever gotten pointed by an artichoke?
You could stab somebody.
A nice hard avocado.
Have you ever had the stuffed artichoke at Carmen's in Brookside?
No. Coming up on the other side, no artichoke, but we get to our can of corn of the weekend on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
On Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan.
Coming to Kansas City, the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship. 16 teams, 15 games, 6 days, 1 national champion. The NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship at Municipal Auditorium, March 20th to the 25th. Non-stop college basketball action at a ticket price good enough to bring the whole family. Get your tickets now at NAIAHoops.com.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. Here's the best part. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Not happy? They'll come back between visits to make it right. Don't wait. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business?
You bet. And we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Spring may not officially be here until March 20th, but at Ryan Lawn & Tree, we've been preparing for spring all winter. This is Larry Ryan. Unlike companies that shut down for the season, our full-time Ryan pros train nonstop, studying the latest science to deliver even better results every year. No one brings more care and expertise to your lawn and landscape than a Ryan Pro in the Clean Rad truck. Ryan Pros are full-time employee owners, many with degrees in horticulture and turf management. If you ever have a question or a special need, you never call an 800 number. You call your Ryan Pros mobile number and talk to an owner. Get your free lawn instant quote online. Just visit ryanlawn.com/spring and get started today. Sign up this month and take 50% off your first lawn application. Our 50% off spring offer is the only one that comes with a Ryan Pro. Visit ryanlawn.com/spring today.
Get ready for the NAIA Men's College Basketball Championship, March 20th through the 25th at Municipal Auditorium in KC. 16 teams, 15 games, 6 days, one national champion. Don't miss out on nonstop college basketball action. Budget-friendly tickets are available now at NAIAHoops.com.
A couple of things that are good news for you fellas out there that love sports. Maybe for you females love sports too. Who knows? Ted Lasso Season 4 is coming soon. For those of you that love that show, I'm sure Rob Britton will take the week off next week just to consume that or whenever it comes out.
I don't know, Rob. I think the show is a little stale, just like Kelsey.
And yeah, and the Royals play today at 3:10. Lineup's out.
Is it really already?
Yep.
No, it's not. Is it really? Wow, that's early for the lineup.
Give it to me, baby. Let's go.
Garcia, Renfro, Pasquantino, Velasquez, Lofton, Biggio, Waters, O'Keefe, Tolbert, and Huaca.
Are they even trying Waters, O'Keefe, and Tolbert? Come on now. Are you trying to win a game? What the hell's going on out there?
Somebody get Q on the phone.
Seriously, call Q.
So did Speck say which fruits and vegetables he would use to defend his city?
He did not.
No. Okay.
We ended up talking about animals defending Kansas City is his question.
Right, yeah.
If worms had machine guns.
Speck was just ahead of his time.
Smoking cannabis.
I'll tell you, smoking cannabis. Those dudes making those hats that say tetanus and ass hose.
I mean, like...
and anals.
Yeah, what are we doing? I mean... those are going for like $1,000 on eBay now.
No.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. One frat dude's going to kill it, though.
Good.
Somebody brought up a really good point to defend your city with a vegetable or a fruit.
Okay.
Potato gun.
Well, that'd be good, yeah.
I mean, you're the first person asked.
But
Because you know how they do with
front
snipers.
lines.
You know, they find the sniper, try to find that guy 1st. Or the guy that had like the flamethrower, quick life expectancy in the military. Like, I mean, it was like...
Yeah, the potato gun takes a lot to reload because when we were kids, Nino's dad used to make these things out of these Slim Fast cans. Back in the day, the Slim Fast would come in an aluminum can, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so you would stack them, and then he would drill this hole in the side of the Slim Fast can and pour like, I think it would, and again, I was a kid, so you don't really remember everything. We just knew this guy was like a pyro and was having fun with us. And you would drill a hole in the bottom and then like pour rubbing alcohol in, I guess. And then you would shake it out so all the liquid would go out, but the fumes would still be. And then you'd light it and you start shooting, potatoes or tennis balls at each other.
It is Friday, the end of the show, 9:45. We do our can of the corn of the weekend, which is something that just easily will happen to enjoy over the weekend. What is your can of corn on your vacay this weekend?
Well, for vacation, it's vacation. But I think if you're looking at the sports world, yeah, right. You load up the station wagon, kids. But I think from the sports world, like the easy thing to do is kick back, just enjoy college basketball this weekend.
Look at you,
because it's not college basketball this weekend. It's the tournament this weekend. It is like kids are playing for their last opportunity. The NIL, to me, is out the window at this point. We're not worried about how much money kids are making for the NIL. They all want to make the NCAA tournament. So you're going to see outstanding, fun games because there's a lot on the line for these kids this weekend.
Hell yeah. From Bob to Robert when it comes to college. It's not Bob, it's Robert when it comes to the college basketball tournaments.
That's right.
During the race, it's Bob, man. It's just,
whatever.
Come March 14th, that's
I get
Robert.
my endorsements, I get to worry about NIL. Come to the tournament. Oh, it's a new man, baby.
It is. It's a completely different. It's exciting. It's fun.
It is.
It's enjoyable
It's
because everything's on the line. You're playing for your life. So they play great. They coach great. The energy's there. The buildings are fun.
The energy shift in a sport from one week to the next. I don't know if there's another one like March
No,
Madness.
nothing like that because it goes from dormant to so excited back to dormant. Like this time in 2 weeks, we'll already have obviously the first weekend, and it will be into the Sweet 16. Some will already know who the Elite Eight are, at this time in 2 weeks, and it won't have the same feel. It won't have the same,
juice
that this has. I think a lot of it has to do. I asked you guys this question yesterday. A lot of the reason why the tournament is huge is because it's all day, right? You're playing games all day. If you consolidated this thing into 16 sites on Friday and 16 sites on Thursday and just played 2 doubleheaders at 6 and 8:30, I don't think the tournament would be as big. But because it's spread out all day, everybody's watching all day. I think that adds to it as well.
Can of corn, Mac?
Well, if we get to chill today, it's us. I mean, it's just me and the dogs this weekend. Hannah's out of town, so
already leaving you, huh?
That's a brioche. Yeah, already piecing out. But yeah, no, just hanging out, basketball.
Where did
That's
she
really
go? Back to Nashvilleian?
Yeah, her sister's getting married, so they're trying on dresses and stuff.
Oh, that's fun. You didn't get to go?
Didn't get to go this time.
That's too bad. You would have loved
Is that where they take the picture and it says, I said yes to the dress?
Said yes to the dress.
Are
the
they
Blue girls?
Are they going to? Are there going to be big wedding plans for this affair?
Yeah, she's doing a destination wedding.
Where at?
Somewhere in Europe. I
When?
can't remember. July. No, past that. It's this year, like in the fall. I've got to get my passport.
You gonna miss Chiefs football for that?
I don't know. Think so.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It ain't good to miss that time in the fall. You take your vacation before kickoff, brother.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, and sports radio.
Jay
yeah.
Bigley's about to call you on your way home. Think they shove Mac.
If you're a real Chiefs fan, you ain't going to this wedding.
Yeah.
Real Chiefs fan, they don't go to weddings in September.
Why do women do this? They know that the football happens in the fall. Hey, what are you doing? It happens in the winter, in the fall, and a little bit of summer. So what time do you go do stuff? Spring. March. You know college basketball's going on this weekend, Jay. Yeah, I get the draft. It's much more better than basketball.
That's the real conversation. And my wife and I got married on April 12th. That was the week we picked because basketball tournament was over, football hadn't started. It was spring, so that's like, all right, let's get married then because it's not during the football season.
Bob had 2 rules: get married in the spring and soft butter on the table.
That's it.
Those are the only 2 rules. Simple guy.
No, actually, my wife was more concerned about the. She wanted to get married on like New Year's and Christmas and have all the decorations up and stuff like that. I'm like, and then you're dealing with weather, And everybody was traveling for our wedding because everybody was from out of town. So,
nice.
But we got people flying in for this thing. It could be snow. I'm not interested in that. That'll be a mess. Then you're crying. Betty can't make it for Cleveland. I love my aunt.
That's Jen?
Well, if her Aunt Betty didn't make it, or whatever aunt she has.
Sound like Carrington talking to Rob.
No, the Carrington talking to Rob would be like, you can't have your wedding in the fall, Rob. I know, Carrington. I've got to watch that Nebraska-Iowa game. I'm going to tell you what, Rob, that Nebraska-Iowa game is going to mean everything. Do not get married. Yeah, I tell you what, Carrington, you're absolutely right about that.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, that's great. Dusty, you?
What's that?
Did you
Dusty U sounds like a college.
Yeah. Dusty U.
And now, starting at guard from Dusty U.
Where nobody's going to ever pay their tuition back. What's Dusty U?
I didn't know if you had your can of corn or if you
I'm going to D in Hannah Cavender.
Hey,
you might as well.
She's single.
She's single again.
And I know for a fact that I am so much better looking than Carson Beck.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question.
I don't look
That's
like-
not
I
a
don't
flex by Dusty
No.
because he thinks he's good looking. This guy's just ugly.
That guy looks
pretty
like
bad.
Timmy from South Park.
Live a lie, Timmy, live a lie.
Yeah.
Which maybe he
Lords
was.
of the Underworld, up Timmy. See, I'm gonna DM Hannah Cavender and see how it goes.
Smoking cannabis.
I'll be doing that too. Also, I'll be going to do nice things for people today. You never know. I've already maybe done it. I'll maybe do it again. You just never know. It's cool to care.
Tweet it out. Let us
Just
know.
go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It'll change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay safe, stay kind. Cody Golden Drew coming up next from 10 to 2.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty
What the hell's wrong with your station?
on Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5, The Fan.
Hey, it's Rex here with RexBuysKC.com, your local KC homebuyer. If you own a property in the Kansas City or surrounding area and want to sell it fast and at a fair price, write this number down, 816-330-6000. I'm a private real estate investor, not some hedge fund or large national chain. My family and I live right here in KC. I can pay cash and close on your timeline, even in as little as 3 days. Here at RexBuysKC.com, we're improving Kansas City one house at a time. I buy inherited houses, vacant houses, foreclosure houses, behind in payment houses, my tenant won't pay the rent houses, and properties that need complete rehabs. Do you own a house that's trashed and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at this number, 816-330-6000. That's 816-330-6000, or go to RexBuysKC.com. That's rexbuyskc.com, and I look forward to working with you.
Deftones. North American Tour 2025. Live in Kansas City. T-Mobile Center, September 17th. With special guests, Idols, and the Barbarians of California. Get tickets this Monday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. For more, visit deftones.com.
Papa Roach.